Welcome back, everybody. If you are familiar with Brian and Lisa Ashcraft, that's them right there. You'll know that there are a few words that are synonymous with this race, and that is it's going to be freaking super hot. Every year, it's super hot, and this year did not disappoint, but it's always a good time. As you can tell by the smiles on them kids' faces, it's a good time to show up early and leave late, if you know what I mean. Some of the best grass track racing you're going to find in central Pennsylvania is enjoyed by all the kids, all the adults, and in this vintage league, I've got to say that I'm seeing some new faces. We had like 240 or 50 riders this weekend. That is crazy good. So I was really happy to see that, and the turnouts are starting to turn up a little bit, and it's awesome. The competitive racing that we had out here is second to none. We're going to get this show started here pretty soon. I'm going to start it out with my first class, which ended up being the race 3. It was 50-plus expert with a lot of other age classes in it. 40 and 60-plus, I'm pretty sure. So sit back and enjoy. Hope you enjoy the racing. There's some good crashes, tight racing. And I think you're going to really like it. Well, without further ado, let's get this party started. And there goes the Lycanses, one on the right, one on the left, and they are just gone. There's my buddy Craig, who I thought I had his number for this weekend, but that is not the case. I got Tim Bredlinger Jr. in my inside there. Always a clean racer and a tough racer for sure. Now I am wondering, where did Craig get all this freaking horsepower? I ain't sure, but he is laying it to the ground, finding where he can get traction the best, and he's doing a heck of a job. We're going to go down there to the short chute, down into this little, what they call the ski jump, and you kind of had to be careful down through here. There's a few lonesome roots there laying around there in a little bit there, but we're still landing on, coming up over here. I'm looking for any way I can to get up there close enough that I can even start thinking about a pass on Craig. The Lycanses are still in our scope, but I'm not sure what's going on here. I go straight through here one time, realize what the heck I did, but the banners were down. Up over the one famous jump there in the middle of the track. Always good for some great pictures. I'm checking out Craig's form here. Back in, starting to slide around on him a little bit. The track's new. This is only the third race. They got a hellacious rainstorm here a couple days ago, and the track is starting to let loose a little bit and get loose. That's old John Ashcraft, Brian's son. Always a fast one, trying to find traction to get around everybody. He's on that old Honda, making it work. We're going to try to steal it back from him here. No, he can lay the horsepower to the ground. There's the crowd. There's Mr. Bredlinger. Left the door open, and he is just following John's footsteps there, down around the bottom down here. We're going to snake that over this hill. And I got to say something. This track it did not become like one line, but in certain sections it did, and it becomes because of the speed and everything, and but it was like a tale of two tracks. This off camber made it really touchy to get on the throttle quick. There goes Breadlinger around Craig. So I still got a mare. Now, on this turn here, if you went down closer to the woods, we all noticed that it stayed pretty slippery in that shade. So everybody was hugging that grass on the way up around that off-camber turn there. Now this little short shoot here, I can't count the number of riders, including myself just now, that would forget about that turn because it was new for this year and then just totally blow it. I'm not sure if that's Mr. Kemp in front of me. Kind of looks like him. Big 500. I'm gonna miss a gear down here. A couple more guys around. It was just one of them kind of days. I was in the top 4, looking for a place to kind of hope I could catch up to Craig. Didn't happen, and then just one mistake after another. If you've raced long enough, you know what the heck I'm talking about. Sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to bump you. No harm, no foul. Didn't even lose a position. And traction was the name of the game out here in this first moto. Nice jump. I think I'm a little faster than these fellas. In my head I am, for sure. And I'm looking for anywhere. I'm betting that is Jeff Kemp there, and I think he might have had his brakes go away on him there midway through the moto. I did like these sections out through here. You were 3rd, 4th gear, winding it out. Now I am going to end up back in the back here somewhere. I don't even remember where they scored me at, but it was either last place or next to last place, and that's where I deserved that. It didn't matter. I just have a good time with all the close competition in this race whenever we come to it. Now, we're getting close. I'm going to play just maybe a lap of the next moto in the second moto. But I left it in there for one reason only. I got, pretty sure it's Tim Breadlinger. You keep an eye on this high side. This is one for the highlight reel. Alright, we're getting ready to start this second moto. She turns the sign. There we go. Stretching the gum band. Here we go. There he is. He's going to lose a little traction. Wham! Face plant. And believe it or not, he's going to come back and pass me. I don't know how he got on the bike so stinking fast. And we didn't ride all that bad and didn't crash out or anything. And everybody just had a good time. But I'm telling you, Tim can ride. I had to show that to you. Sorry, Tim. Had to leave that in there. That was too good to not show people what the high side looks like. Now let me tell you, I got my wife taking some pictures, and we got her a nice camera for Christmas, and she got me this series of shots coming up here, and you're going to see the start of the next race. This is the 50 plus post-finish class, along with the other age classes, all coming straight at you. Take a look at this and let me know what you think. I thought this was a great series of pictures. It let me know that I need to work on my motor and get more horsepower than what it did. What do you think? A little closer coming at you. It's like a pack of wolves staring you down. Bob Grimes has got that inside line, and he's just slowly pulling away from me. I got Mason on the other side of me trying to make something good happen. And number 41 there. That's how she's going to go around that first turn. That was your sneak peek. Here's the real deal. Here's what I saw. Thinking I had a good start. Now this is me on my 79 Husky, 390. Old Joe Cole and them are out there in front of me. And let me tell you, Joe and I had a back and forth race the whole race, and it was great. Him and I go back a little ways in here, and I'm telling you, he improved his motocross skills over the winter, or did some tune-ups to that old Husky of his, because that thing was running. Now we are all bottlenecked right now. Now I'm not sure if it's the length of the straightaways or the lack of traction. I'm going to go with the lack of traction, but it did seem really hard to pass here on this track. But I guess it depends on who you are, because if you watch John Ashcraft, he'd grab a handful of throttle and he could make it stick a little bit on the edge, but he could make it stick and get around people. And same way with Redlinger, he was the same way. Pick and choose your spots, and I guess that's the way it is on every track. I'm starting to lose ground to these guys. But there's going to be a three-way snafu up here. You're going to see what I mean. I got Joe Cole in front of me there. There's one guy in front of him, or behind him. Everybody's going to kind of get bottled up here. I should say now they're looking like they're getting spread out. Guys are looking for ways around other guys, trying to see, but everybody's so close in speed, it seems like. Looking to outbrake somebody into the turn. There he goes. He thinks he's outbraked them. Joe gets on the gas a little bit sooner. And it's such a dead even heat. Alright, now, I wouldn't mind hearing a couple comments if, how did you take this straightaway in front of the crowd there? Who liked it down low? Who liked it up above? Myself, I found it smoother to be up closer to the fence. And I talked to some other guys, and they found that it was faster to keep a sweeping, more rounded approach to that, and go down low. Same way with that section right here. I preferred staying in the grass. I felt like I got more traction, and I would jump into the left side of that. And that fellow there made easy work of me. Gonna go up here. Joe Cole has still got things kind of bottlenecked up there. A lot of picture takers out there. It seemed like everybody got the memo that it was a little faster around the top, so that kind of stuck. We'll call this the little short chute that was disguised well back up over this top here. I wasn't a huge fan of that at first. I think it's because it was different. And then the more people get used to it, I actually think it was a good spot that you could pass. You could, the guys that would forget about it for a second or overshoot it, which is what they did hitting in the off-camber turn down there. If you were ready for it, you could dive that inside, and especially in the second moto, whenever they crop these corners in a little bit. You can really take advantage of that. Now Joe is just fast enough to stay in front of them two guys up there. Kind of got things bottlenecked again. This is what I was looking for earlier when I was watching the tape. But kudos to him. I mean, he's got the lead. That means you have the line. You run your own race. And it's up to these other guys to get around you cleanly. And they do that in this series very well. There's old Paula Kyle. I saw her back there on the four-wheeler. If you hadn't had a chance, check out her pictures on her site. Takes some amazing pictures. Bam, right there. Right there was a pothole that I saw more than one rider hit. And you had to be ready for it. Right or left of it. Try not to go through it because it was going to loosen up that rear end suspension of yours and it was going to send you one way or another, that's for sure. Down over the hill here. Guys are starting to get a little frustrated when you can't get around somebody for a lap or two and you know you're faster. Or at least you think you are in your head. They're really getting frustrated right now. They're letting me reel them back in with what they're doing. It's not that I'm getting any faster, that's for darn sure, but out across this off camber here, things are about ready to get dicey. Now I had a rear view camera running today and I had the angle off. It was a little bit too high. I was catching just the heads of the riders, and I decided not to use it. Alright, I left this in here just to kind of show what happens here. These guys got frustrated. Something happened. I'm not 100% sure. One guy went down. I'll bet somebody tried to force the issue right there. Two of the three riders make it out clean. Third guy, I'm not sure who it was, didn't quite do it. So this is the last moto of the video. I don't get a very good start at all. In fact, just about the whole field's in front of me. There's old Joe Cool out in front of me again, and I'm thinking, man, I gotta have a better showing than I did last time. But I did something that I hope a lot of you other guys will do as well. Find that guy that's interested in the sport and ask him if he wants to come along for a ride. If you got an extra bike, bring it along and let him ride it. My cousin Mike decided that he wanted to try it, so I had a KX250 sitting in the garage. He took me up on the offer and he came and tried it and he absolutely loved it. Now, this is the second moto. With that bad start, missing a shift, I knew he was going to be hot on my butt if that bike stayed running half decent. I think you're going to see here real quick. Oh man, another casualty. What happens? I hear somebody on my inside and that's him. That's Mr. Mike Light. He is in the thick of it for sure. Coming down through the chicane here, we're gonna hit this or set ourselves up for this next little jump. I'd say he still's got it. The boy used to race before, and for somebody just coming out after being off of a however many year hiatus, I'd say he's doing all right on this old vintage bike. She's smoking a little bit. Might need a little tune up there, but also it's mixed a little heavy in the oil, so I ain't so sure. Now I am trying to get some good footage of him, show him what the heck he's doing. I'm going to get serious about trying to pass him up here just a little bit. But I know that this is the first lap, so I have plenty of time to try to get serious about it. As bad as that first moto ended up, no big deal. Hit that pothole. That's what he did. Hit that pothole and it kicked him sideways. And he is not alone. I've seen so many riders do that. Now I'm going to get out here against this guy with the Can-Am. And at the end of the race, the very last lap, he ends up missing a gear coming up out of this bottom. And I get by him. We do the old knuckle punch at the end of the race and tell each other good race and everything like that. But I felt bad for him in a way because he raced me hard, clean. And it was just a mistake that I've been making all day, and he'd made one. Hopefully I wasn't in his class and it didn't affect any of his finishes there. Alright folks, till the next race, we'll talk to you a little bit later on. Adios.